Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, gets some exciting news from one of his teammates, a defensive back by the name of Trey Avery. And also, a former Cleveland Browns player give his take on the quarterback competition between Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. Right there, over there on the Kate Adams Show. And I got it all right here on Sports Talk with B. Watts. Let's get this show started. Let's go.
This is the People Show. And you know what that means?
Shedeur Sanders' teammate, a defensive back by the name of Trey Avery, had some good things to say about Shedeur Sanders. He was on a podcast and they was talking about Shedeur Sanders. Even when Shedeur was at Colorado, he said some interesting things about Shedeur Sanders. But before I show you that, let's look at what the Cleveland Browns have done this offseason for Shedeur Sanders if he's chosen as a starting quarterback. You got to remember what they done now. You got to keep in mind. Surrounding the Browns in 2026, pointing to the team's revamped offense, major offense addition, and strong draft class. There's a lot to like about the Cleveland Browns this offseason. Cleveland hired a new head coach, Todd Monken, who comes to the Browns after 2 years of working with Lamar Jackson. Todd Monken will now try to have similar success with Shedeur Sanders or Deshaun Watson. The Browns helped their cause by acquiring 3 projected starting offensive linemen and free agents before selecting former Utah standout offensive tackle Spencer Fano with the 9th overall pick. The Browns then drafted 2 potential starters, wide receiver, with Denzel Boston and Casey Concepcion. An overrated facet of Cleveland draft was the selection of former Toledo safety Emmanuel McNeil Warren in the 2nd round, who was projected by many possibly being a 1st-round draft pick. So when you look at the addition and the makeup of this new Cleveland Brown roster, man, Shedeur should go out there and cook if Todd Monken choose Shedeur Sanders as QB1. But let's go over and listen to one of Shedeur Sanders' teammates of what he had to say about Shedeur Sanders. Let's go.
You seen person, like in him that made you be like, you know what, I think he's a quarterback for the future. I think this is the guy.
Shit. If you know me, bro, I feel like I'm a quarterback analyst, bro. That's the only thing I do is watch.
As a pro, that's your job. You feel me? You break
I
it
just
down.
enjoy watching quarterbacks, like good quarterbacks. So I used to, before I even knew Shedeur or before he was my teammate, I used to watch. That's the only team I watched was Colorado.
Okay.
Because I felt like they had the most exciting games for real. So I already felt like Shedeur was like who he is right now. I already felt like he was that guy, you feel me, at quarterback. But so when he got to league, it definitely just solidified it, seeing it in practice and stuff like that.
You're translated.
That's Shedeur Sanders' teammate, Trey Avery, a defensive back for the Cleveland Browns. You heard him right there. Said he's been following Shedeur's career since he's been at Colorado. Colorado and Shedeur were the most interesting football team that was on TV. That was in college, period. And ever since he's seen him at Cleveland, he said Shedeur be putting that work in. Shedeur him. So he excited, and it sounds like he wants Shedeur to be the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns this year, even though the mainstream media is out there pushing for Deshaun Watson. Even some of Cleveland media are pushing for Deshaun Watson. But guess what? Time gonna tell. because when both of those players hit the field in pads, in OTAs, and minicamp, when they get ready to go up against another team in inter-squad scrimmages and the preseason games, when them bullets fly, I promise you, Shedeur Sanders will be QB1. Let's go over to Kate Adams' podcast where a former Cleveland Browns is talking about this quarterback competition. Can we do that? Let's go.
We're hearing Deshaun has the inside track.
It's the track, yeah.
Instead of Shedeur. Your thoughts, my friend?
See, this is what I'm saying. Right now, it's early. It's early. The good thing is we do have Shedeur. He's still on the team. Todd Monken has spoken highly about Shedeur. Todd Monken is speaking highly of Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
Deshaun Watson has done nothing wrong. He's trying to get healthy as he possibly can. He's trying to go out there and perform. The Browns have paid my man $200 million already. So if he's going to be out there this year for another $46 million, they're going to try to get the most that they can back on your team because somebody could always get hurt. Things always happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that you're saying it's early. Like, it's early and all of that.
Super early.
What would
we
Shedeur
haven't had
Sanders,
training
though?
camp.
Yeah, but what is Shedeur Sanders, like, is it possible? Like, Deshaun has a lot of, I had a question about, like, who has the advantage? Like, of course Deshaun has the advantage in a million ways that are super obvious to any football fan. I don't think that Shedeur has an advantage. What would he have to do to make up ground and take him over in these? You're saying it's early, but it's short, too.
Yeah, it's early, but I think that they haven't had any training camp practices.
Yeah.
They haven't gone against anybody. They haven't done any padded practices. This is all still underwear Olympics. So when we're like thinking these dudes are in competition for the QB position, Shedeur started last year. I think that's his only one leg up. You ended the season as a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, and you weren't doing bad. I saw you throwing the ball. You did a couple of games where you threw over 300 yards. I saw the ball going down the field. You showed me that you could be a starting quarterback. Deshaun Watson, his last times out there playing was not too good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, his last times in 2024, we were 0 for 36 on third down. Like, the eye in the sky, for me, doesn't lie. So I'm looking at it like, I think Shedeur on that end, in my sense, has the upper hand, but just it's still early. We got to get them reps. We got to see them playing still. I think Todd Monk is going to call it around training camp, but I like if they would have had Shedeur continue to start, but I understand why Deshaun would start since, the investment.
Is it possible for Deshaun Watson to have a fresh start? I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know either. It looks like they're trying to give him the opportunity, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you said. I don't want to feel like they're trying to just give a reason for when you say why doesn't Shedeur have the starting job, and they're just like kind of giving it. Looks like Deshaun's on track to be the starting quarterback. Yeah, it just kind of throws me off to why. I'm
asking you. Why? Does it say? I mean, a lot of people would say that says that it's Shedeur is not the guy, you can't. They just don't want to hand it to Shedeur yet.
I think
Deshaun looks
that's the thing
good.
too.
They're excited. I mean, the quotes out of Monken are like, "He looks great. We're excited. He's in shape." Tell me.
I like this. I think Todd Monken is doing that because you want to speak highly on your quarterback too, but it's open competition. They haven't said anything bad about Shedeur. He hasn't been doing anything bad. It's just talking highly about Deshaun doesn't speak down on Shedeur, I feel like. And I think Todd Monken
might get Shedeur going?
It might, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know either yet. We're both looking.
Yeah, exactly.
Former Cleveland Brown football player over there on the K Adams podcast talking about the quarterback situation with Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. Many people are out there rooting for Shedeur Sanders to be QB1. And I'm one of them too. All right? Hey, you watching Sports Talk with B-Watt. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you don't mind. Hit that notification button. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. Live show tonight. Greg said it. And JR Boxing. Come on over and watch us tonight. We're going to have a good time. All right? 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We hope to see your face in the place. Until then, peace.